In the blessed realms of nature, an evil seed stirs. Welcome to Naturaika. Hello folks, I'm the Ghost with Knife and welcome back to more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and today we are finally tackling Ragnaraika Naturia. Now the idea behind this is that the Ragnaraika stuff is really good at linking out powerful plant, bug, and reptile monsters, and the Naturia stuff has a bunch of insects and plants that are very good at spamming each other out and creating really powerful synchro monsters. Do the two strategies have enough synergy? Let's find out. Alright, here we are folks, into our first game, which is kind of a weird one with our hand. We are going second though, so maybe we can draw into something good. Our opponent is going to play this CZW Fenrir sword. Apparently they're on some sort of utopia nonsense. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully they don't have that much interaction. I know our hand is full of it, which is why it's kind of a brick, but it's still okay. We're going to go ahead and go into our draw phase. We're going to draw into the Bloom, which is one of our better cards. Then we're going to use the Bloom to search up the Seed. We're going to discard the Armored Lizard. We're going to go and use the Seed's effect. From here, we're going to search up Samurai Beetle and Wicked Butterfly. This is a really weird way to start our combo, but it is a way indeed. And then from there, we're going to banish the Wicked Butterfly. The reason we do this is now, Butterfly activates, and at the end of the turn, for each different type of Link monster that we have, we can draw a card. So basically, we can use this to draw 1, 2, or 3 cards. We're going to go ahead and use these Samurai Beetle's effect to special summon itself. Then we're going to go into the Skeletal Soldier. Pretty normal Ragnaraika stuff here. Beetle is going to bring back the Lizard, just because I can. The Skeletal Soldier brings back the Beetle. From there, the Beetle and the Soldier are going to make the Mantis Monk. Give us a little bit more interaction. We can't OTK our opponent, but we can set up a pretty strong board. We're going to go ahead and use Skeletal Soldier's effect to bring itself back. Use Mantis Monk, banish 2 cards, grab the Ragnaraika Hunting Dance. We're just going to go straight into battle here. The idea is that at the end of the turn, we draw 2 cards because of our Link monsters, and we just have so much interaction. It'll be hard for our opponent to actually true to everything. They're going to Magic Cylinder us, which was definitely unexpected, but not that big of a deal. We're just going to set 3 more cards and pass. We draw into no more real Naturia stuff. I mean, Blessing is a pretty powerful card. It just does nothing with our current hand. We also draw into a Nibiru, which is pretty nice. So if our opponent tries to summon stuff, we can just get rid of that nonsense. They're going to try to Zexal Entrust. We're going to call by that card, get that nonsense out of here. We still have an Ash, an Imperm, and a Hunting Dance to pop their cards. Just a lot our opponent has to try to chew through, but they just don't want to. They think the game is over, and they get on out of here. Alright, getting into our next game here, I'm still going second because, you know, Konami hates me. My opponent is going to do Dark Magical Circle into Illusion of Chaos, doing some kind of generic Dark Magician nonsense here. My opponent is going to go ahead and use Magician Souls, ditch a Dark Magician, send 2 spells to get a card, summon Ash Blossom to link summon into Predaplant Verte Anaconda. A very interesting play by my opponent. They're going to go ahead and do a Poly for... Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Oh. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target it with card effects. It can destroy monsters in the main phase and deal damage. We can negate stuff if you discard cards. That's horrifying. Thank goodness they have no cards in hand to negate, just like, oh my god. So I've never seen Dragoon before, so we're just going to go ahead and try to droplet it. Go ahead and negate Verte and Dragoon. Going to go ahead and use Lone Fire Blossom here. See what I can do. See if I can shut this thing down before it does anything obscene. But my opponent just... they see Evil Seed and they give up. They summon a Dragoon, which is terrifying, and then they see Ragnaraika and they're like, nope, I don't want to deal with this. Which is crazy because it's not even that scary of a deck. But yeah, Dragoon is terrifying. I didn't realize it was in the game when I was doing the session, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, we're going first here in our next game, starting with Lone Fire Blossom. My deck only has a 1 of, because my original list I didn't want to have more than 1. I didn't want to rely on it too much, even though having more than 1's pretty good. I essentially wanted to focus the Ragnaraika stuff and the Naturia stuff, using Lone Fire to grab Seed. She grabs Bloom and the Samurai Beetle, and from there I banish Wicked Butterfly just to get some more card draw at the end of the turn, so I can draw into a little bit more interaction. Hopefully, we're going to go ahead and do the Skeletal Soldier, go ahead and do some regular Ragnaraika stuff, bring back the Blossom, which Blossom is actually really powerful. I probably should have more than 3, because this allows me to have more easier access to Naturia in the middle of my combo. The big problem with Naturia, with Ragnaraika, is that Evil Seed locks you into special summoning only insect, plant, and reptiles. And Naturia, for some insane reason, none of their payoffs are insects, plants, or reptiles, just their normal monsters. So I can very easily summon their monsters to get a bunch of people to do more Ragnaraika stuff. But if I want to have the Naturia combo set up at the beginning, I need to do the synchros before I go into any of the Ragnaraika stuff. It's annoying, but it's fine in the end. It gives you a big chain link of dudes, which lets you get more easily into chain coils, which is very powerful link summon. We're going to use Camellia to ditch the Sacred Tree to grab the Blessing from the deck. Blessing lets us normal summon or special summon the Camellia, so we have a little bit more material. Using one Camellia and the Skeletal Soldier to go into the Mantis Monk. We do not need to activate its ability for Hunting Dance because it's in hand, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I just basically want to get my links off so I have more powerful link monsters on their turn. We're going to use Skeletal Soldier, put back the Camellia, put back the Skeletal Soldier. We're going to use the Samurai Beetle and the Mantis Monk to go into chain coils here. Now, typically you want to end on Stag Sovereign because he has a pop 2, or what you really want to do is you want to try to go into, where is Stag Sovereign? I already summoned it? Did I make a stroke? There he is, okay. Now you want to go to Stag Sovereign and Chain Coils. Those are your 2 best interaction pieces. Stag Sovereign is a pop 2, combined with Hunting Dance, and Chain Coils is a pop 4, and Chain Coils allows you to just turn off monster effects from the hand this turn, which is very powerful and can be absolutely backbreaking in some situations. I personally think that if you can only get to one or the other, you should go to Chain Coils, because Chain Coils stops most forms of interaction with decks, whereas Stag Sovereign stops them in the middle of their combo. In other words, Chain Coils is more proactive, Stag Sovereign is more reactive. They're both very powerful though. We're going to use Mantis Monk to put back the Skeletal Soldier. I'm going to go ahead and use Mantis Monk in the trap, and I was going to pass. My opponent just decided that they had enough in the middle of my combo. I guess they didn't want to deal with the 2 pop, the ability to turn off their effects, and the 2 cards I was going to draw. Okay, here we are getting into our last game here. We are going first, which is a pretty awkward start. I'm going to go ahead and use Ragnaraika's ability to discard another insect, plant, or reptile from my hand, which is going to be the other Evil Seed that we had. We're going to use Evil Seed to grab the Bloom and the Samurai Beetle because I have nothing else to really start with. We're going to ditch the Samurai Beetle, use Bloom's effect to bring back the Samurai Beetle, and start our generic Ragnaraika stuff. I would have loved to have normal summoned into the Mole Cricket before the Evil Seed to try to maybe get off some Naturia stuff, but I wasn't too confident in my abilities to do this. In hindsight, I should have normal summoned this, tributed it, gone into Camellia, and then used Camellia to ditch a seed, a tree, which lets me get the Blessing, bring back Cricket, and then do my Synchro Summon first. But again, it's kind of tricky to do that. And because then from there I could have used the Ragnaraika stuff to go into the Ragnaraika basic combos, brought back some stuff, maybe gotten a little bit more nonsense off, had a Mole Cricket in the grave from the get-go. But yeah, hindsight is always 20/20 in these kind of games. But yeah, I probably should have started with a normal summon of Mole Cricket into Camellia, and then gone into Naturia Beast, which is honestly just a really, really powerful card that just shuts down a lot of decks because you can negate spells with that, and then it'd have pops. There'd be all sorts of nonsense I could potentially go into. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and do the Ragnaraika stuff because it's easier. From here, I'm going to go ahead and normal summon the Cricket. Again, I don't think at the time I saw that I could have gone into Cricket, into the Naturia stuff before Seed. I don't know why I did it that way. Again, hindsight is 20/20. I should have gone into that to get the Beast, but it's fine. From this position, we're just going to have a nice big conga line of dudes. Camellia is going to get us into our Blessing, which is going to allow us to bring back the Beetle, which lets us do a bunch of link nonsense, which is the main reason Naturia is even good with Ragnaraika, in my opinion, even though it's not the best. We're going to use Camellia and the Samurai Beetle to Synchro Summon, into Perillus, the Emperor, the Empress of Blossoms. The main reason we do this is because it's something we can synchro to get more Naturia stuff in the grave, and we can use this to mildly extend and have ourselves a nice defensive monster in case something happens, or maybe we can even have it as an offensive threat. It's not a great card in the deck, but I like it, and plus, hey, the art's pretty. I do really like this art a lot, so yeah. Anyways, going to go ahead and use Mantis Monk to go ahead and grab the Hunting Dance. We're going to use Skeletal Soldier, put back the Camellia, summon the Skeletal Soldier. Skeletal Soldier Mantis Monk is going to get us into Stag Sovereign, which is pretty darn powerful. Maybe should have gone into Chain Coils first. We're going to use Mantis Monk to put back the Blossoms, put down the Mantis Monk, and although we do only have 2 insects, I am hoping that we have enough to go into some nonsense with Naturia Sacred Tree. I probably should have kept the Empress, so that, because if I'm going into the Sacred Tree anyways, I'm going to have a 1 pop because I only have 2 insects on the board, and I could use either the plant or the insect after I use certain effects to get into a different monster and maybe try to interrupt my opponent in some kind of funny ways. My opponent is going to go ahead and use the Melody of Awakening Dragons. Gonna go ahead and add a Blue Eyes after discarding the White Stone. Activating the Lord of Heavenly Prisons. Kind of weird, but sure, why not? I guess they're waiting for me to activate my cards. I am not gonna fall for the bait, though. They're gonna use White Stone of Legend and Blue Eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and use Stag Sovereign to destroy both Blue Eyes and the White Stone. And now they're going to be on a Jet Dragon, which I could still play through. I have enough damage with Stag Sovereign to beat over it, and Mantis Monk can do some more damage as well. I'm going to go ahead and use the Bloom's effect, bring back the Beetle. From the Beetle, I'm going to go ahead and use Mantis Monk and the Beetle to, I believe, go into Chain Coils. Yeah, one of the better Ragnaraika monsters. Honestly, super underrated. Samurai Beetle is going to bring back the Seed. The Seed is going to allow us to go into the Butterfly. And the Bloom, I'm going to go ahead and, I believe, banish the Butterfly again, just for more card draw to keep my advantage going. We're going to use the Skeletal Soldier, put back the Seed, bring back the Soldier, and bring back the Samurai Beetle. Use Mantis Monk's ability, put back the Beetle, bring out the Mantis Monk, and try to OTK here, buffing our monsters so they're blue in the face. They're going to return one of the Blooms to our hand, which destroys our Mantis Monk. I just wasn't reading Jet Dragon at this moment. I should have attacked with Stag Sovereign first. I was afraid they were going to put it back instead, and then I'd be in kind of a weird spot. It's whatever. We're going to go ahead and destroy the Jet Dragon here with Stag Sovereign, get in with some damage for Chain Coils and the Skeletal Soldier, and now I still have my Hunting Dance pop, and now it's a pop 3 alongside Stag Sovereign's pop, which is a pop 2. That is 5 cards I can pop at the moment on their board, and plus I still have the Sacred Tree to get into some Naturia stuff if I need to, and I can turn off their monster effects with Chain Coils, and I draw 3 for the Wicked Butterfly. Just a phenomenal showcasing of the good stuff you can do with Ragnaraika, even if it's with Naturia, which is kind of a weaker engine, but we'll get into that in the wrap-up. My opponent activates an effect from the hand. I'm going to go ahead and use Chain Coil to stop any more of their nonsense. They're going to Ultimate Fusion here to go into a Tyrant Dragon, which is a summon from the deck. And from here I activate Stag Sovereign, because the funny thing about Stag Sovereign is it's any 2 monsters on the field. It is not just 2 of your opponent's monsters. So from here I'm going to pop the Tyrant Dragon and Skeletal Soldier, and I'm going to bring back Naturia Mole Cricket too, because they special summon a monster. Actually, yeah, I still pop the Skeletal Soldier because I do want access to my Mole Cricket so I can go into Camellia and try to get more negates, but from there, my opponent has just decided they've had enough, and in one video, we beat both Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. And with those games out of the way, our time with Naturaika comes to a close. Now, I know some people are scratching their head going, Ghost, this is a really short video. I know, it's shockingly short, especially for my videos. But I want to go ahead and apologize and just say that's really just the best that I've got for footage for the Naturia Ragnaraika deck. It really did not do that well. I lost about 7 to 9 games with this deck trying to get some showcase material, and the main reason is that A, it's a rogue strategy, meaning it's not going to be doing good against some of the more powerful meta options, mainly Tempai, but there are some other decks that this deck just struggles to do anything against, and B, it's that Naturia Ragnaraika have one critical flaw, and that's that you can't really go into the Naturia payoffs and Beast and Barkian if you're going into the Ragnaraika stuff. It is so much harder to get into those than the Ragnaraika stuff. It's not even funny. And if you can't get into your payoffs, the best thing you're doing with your Naturia stuff is using them to bring back your Ragnaraika Link monsters. And honestly, the only two that can really do anything on your opponent's turn are Chain Coils and Stag Sovereign. And maybe Link Climbing is enough for a lot of other decks, but for this deck, it really, really struggles. And honestly, there are points that I just considered taking out Jasmine and Phoenix and trying to get another Chain Coils and maybe another one of the lower tier Ragnaraikas, because I was just really hurting to have those cards at all times, even though they can recur themselves from the graveyard, because Stag Sovereign and Chain Coils is just that good in the deck. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. I know that I probably am not the best pilot for this. If you are interested in Naturia or Ragnaraika, go ahead and try it out yourself. See if you can do any better, because I'd love to see this deck thrive. Anyways, I've been the Ghost with Knife. Thank you for tuning in. Now do me a favor, folks, and get the hell out.